everyone, Angus here with the Iron Bow Fly Shop. Going to be tying a rainbow warrior today. Now this is probably one of my favorite winter attractor patterns. I also like to fish it as a hopper dropper in the summer. Be tying this on a Daiichi 1130. That's size 14. Start our thread here just behind the bead. Wrap it to about that point. Trim the excess. Now we're going to be tying in our pheasant tail. So I've got about 4 strands here, and we're going to make this about just shy of a shank length here. Wrap this back to about the halfway point of that bend here. Wrap that forward and trim off the excess. Now we're going to be tying in our piece of Uni-Mylar. This is a number 16 in Peacock and orange. We're just going to tuck this behind our bead here and wrap that back to where we've tied in our pheasant tail. Wrap this forward. Like to get a little bit of a natural taper here. Try and cover up any bit of mylar that's still poking through. It's not necessary, I just like how it looks in the finished product here. Now we're just going to wrap this. You can use the rotary function on your vise as well. Tie it in just behind the bead here. And when we wrap this back, I'm not going to trim it. I'm going to make sure that stays right on top of our shank here, because we're going to be folding this back over. I'm going to come in here with a little bit of low tack swax. Just put a little bit on my finger. Apply it just to the thread. And now we're going to put in our dubbing, which is our light shade rainbow scud dub. Use dark shade as well. Just a small little noodle here. Wrap that forward. Always like to use a little bit less. You can always add more. Now we're going to take this piece of tinsel here, tie it back in just behind the bead. A couple wraps in front of it as well. And we do want this nice red collar just behind the bead here. Trim off the excess. Now we're ready to whip finish. Come in here. Always like to do 2. The first one unravels. And there you have it. The rainbow warrior. Come in after here. The dubbing brush. Get all those fibers out. You can trim them if you'd like. Usually trim it to about that bend of the hook. And there you have it. The Rainbow Warrior.